Hello everyone, welcome to video lecture series of design of steel structures. So in the previous video we have seen design compressive strength calculation for single angle discontinuous strut and double angle discontinuous strut. In this video we are going to start with design compressive strength calculations for rolled section and built up or welded section. Myself Professor Sudhir Gaike, Department of Civil Engineering, Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon. So the statement for given problem in today's video we are going to compare the rolled sections and welded I sections. How the design procedure is to be performed for calculating the design compressive strength and referring your buckling classification for rolled section and welded I section. So here I have divided your board into two parts. Initially on the left side your rolled section design steps we are going to adapt, and for this particular right side we are going to adapt welded I section design steps. So in case of this particular first calculation or first numerical, that is for rolled section. For both the problems or both these sections we are going to calculate the design compressive strength. Only there will be change in buckling classification that we are going to see. Which table we are having four buckling classifications A, B, C, D according to European curves, ECC curves, and based on that we are going to calculate the design compressive stress. That value is nothing but your FCD value, correct? So according to your slenderness ratio and FCD calculation, what will be the design compressive strength for welded section and your rolled section, that we are going to compare in today's video. So here for first type rolled section, the statement is given as determine the design compressive strength for given sections to take a load of 950 kilonewton having effective length 5 meters. So here in the problem itself value of effective length is mentioned equals to 5 meter. In some cases they may tell you the conditions of restraint for end supports, whether it is restraint or it is free to rotate or translation. Based on that you need to refer table number 11 for calculating the effective length. For example, in case of the second numerical, here condition or end resistance is mentioned, that is both ends are fixed. For such cases you need to refer table number 11 for calculating the K factor, and you should multiply that K factor with this given length for calculation of effective length. So that particular step is reduced here in case of this numerical, as value of effective length is directly mentioned. So initially the data, your section is given as ISHB 450, it has to bear or take load of 950 kilonewton having effective length of 5 meters, correct? So from steel table I have copied these particular values that is cross sectional area for your section, that is 11114 mm square, and width of flange 250 mm, depth of the section that is as per the designation 450, then thickness of flange 13.7, and two radius of gyration. Radius of gyration about z axis and radius of gyration about y axis. So RZ value and RY value, all these values I have taken from steel table, correct? And for calculating the design compressive strength we are having formula design compressive strength PD equals to area effective into FCD, correct? So for this particular calculation area of your cross section and design compressive strength design compressive stress is required. So initially from steel table we have seen area, we are knowing this particular is the area. Now second step is calculating your FCD value. Now FCD depends upon, so step number second, FCD. So FCD depends upon your slenderness ratio, correct? FCD depends upon slenderness ratio, and always you need to calculate lambda maximum value, correct? So lambda maximum is calculated as effective length divided by minimum radius of gyration. If you need to get answer lambda maximum, your R value should be minimum. Already in the introductory part video we have seen this particular formula. Always your lambda should be maximum values. So if you observe the design compressive stress value table number 9 A, B, C, D, in all that tables you must have observed that your slenderness ratios are increasing towards bottom side, but your values of design compressive stress is decreasing. Therefore you need to check your value for maximum. If it is satisfying for maximum slenderness ratio, ultimately it is going to satisfy for minimum slenderness ratio also. So for check purpose always we adapt lambda max value, and for calculating lambda max R should be your minimum value. So we are having radius of gyration two values along z axis and along y axis. So here minimum value is 51.8, that is for your y axis. In your steel table z axis is nothing but it is your x axis. So Rxx is nothing but your Rz value. I have directly mentioned this horizontal axis as Z value. So this Rxx or Rzz value is like 187 and Ry, that is minimum value, equals to 51.8. Correct? So here second factor R minimum we have calculated as 51.8 value. Now next is KL value. This is effective length. Already in the numerical effective length is mentioned as 5 meters. Correct? So calculating this ratio we will be getting is equal to KL is 5000 divided by R minimum value is 51.8 and we are getting value, the ratio for this particular value is 96.52. 96.52. Correct? Now here your step number 2 is completed, that is calculation of your slenderness ratio. But for calculating your design compressive stress you are requiring the buckling class. Correct? So according to table number 10, page number 44, we are going to initially classify this particular section. Which type of buckling class will be there for rolled I section ISHB 450. For that, according to table number 10, you need to calculate the ratio H divided by BF value. Total depth of section divided by width of flange. Already we have written that value. So H is equal to 450 divided by width of flange BF value is 250. So this value is equal to 1.8 and this given value is greater than 1.2. Correct? So according to table number 10, if your ratio is greater than 1.2, your two classes are classified and that classes are Z and Y axis. Correct? So according to this, two axes they are mentioning, Z axis and Y axis. So already as per our calculation we are getting minimum radius of gyration for Y side. Correct? So considering Y side, buckling class you are getting for Y side as B. Now this is as per table number 10. Two buckling class Z and Y we are getting, and according to your least radius of gyration you have to select the buckling class. So for Y side, as minimum radius of gyration is there for Y side, RY buckling class will be there. Correct? So therefore referring table number 9B, correct, and lambda value is equal to 96.52. correct? So directly go to table 9B and lambda value 96.52, you will be getting the value of FCD, this value. Correct? Now this 96.52 is ranging between 90 and 100. Correct? So you need to go for interpolation. So initially first value I will write 90, second value is 100 and our value is 96.62. So you write down the design compressive stress values for 90 and 100 value. Correct? So for 90 the value is 134 and for 100 it is 118. So you need to calculate this particular value. So just do the interpolation. Correct? So check the difference of 90 and 100, it is 10 value. Calculate for 134 and 180. Correct? And you need to calculate for 6.62. So multiply cross multiplication, calculate X value and calculate the design compressive stress for given slenderness ratio 96.62, and that is equal to 123.56. 123.56 MPa. I am writing this value directly. Already in the previous video we have seen how interpolation is performed. Correct? So 123.56 your design compressive stress for given slenderness ratio. Putting in last formula, PD equals to, so given area is 11,4 multiplied by calculated design compressive stress 123.56, sorry, so this will be equal to divided by 1000 value, and that is near about equals to 1374 kilonewton. This is the final answer. Design strength of this rolled section is 1374 kilonewton. Correct? And this value is greater than your given value of 950 kilonewton. 950 kilonewton. Therefore it is satisfying the condition that 950 kilonewton load will be carried by given section ISHB 450 at the rate 87.2 kg per meter. Correct? So here only these two steps are to be performed. Step number 1 is calculating your slenderness ratio, that is KL by R value, by considering minimum radius of gyration. After calculating the slenderness ratio, you go for buckling classification, class A, B, C, D, depending upon table number 10. After deciding the buckling class, you go for calculation of design compressive stress. After calculating design compressive stress with the help of interpolation, just multiply that value with the area of your cross section. You will be getting the final answer as PD, that is design compressive strength. Correct? So here the numerical is completed. Likewise, numerical is asked for your in-sem or end-sem examination, maybe for 5 to 6 marks. Correct? So in the next video, we will be dealing with second numerical, that is for welded eye section. Thank you.